You need to edit this to put it at the beginning of each truck dash. Is like, hey,
Okay.
before you watch our lovely video, remember to slam that like button, activate the bell icon, and subscribe and all that. Remember to subscribe. Remember to turn on notifications. Remember to smash the like button, and if you wanna watch more lovely videos like this, if you want to get more wonderful hot takes, you can find them at my channel, and also you can find them at my good buddy's channel. Uh, you know, the Englander. And is that everything?
Looks like it. Yeah. I don't know if you wanted to talk
Oh yeah.
at all about Jernstang, um, because I.
Oh yes, Jernstang. Oh no, no, I just remembered. No, speaking of that, it's not directly about Jernstang, but you just reminded me. It's like one little iron. This would just be like a minute long segment or something. This would probably be the shortest of all the quick, what would we call it, truck dash or whatever. But no. So in addition to the thing we were talking about with environmentalism, the was it was it truck dash number two, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
The one that I uploaded today, I think, yeah. Um, One of the big reasons why green energy is a scam, or at least why, like solar and wind are a scam. Hydroelectric isn't, but hydroelectric's good for like everything except fish. It's horrible for fish.
Yeah.
So, use it with caution.
And for the
No, but like with
seals.
solar, yeah. I mean, even then, that just depends on how good you are at building dams,
Mm,
feel like you probably could make a nice scenic dam. I just feel like nobody really has the energy to do it.
yeah. And that's not surprising when there's such massive structures.
Yeah. It would be severely annoying to try and like, can you imagine getting like all the inscriptions or whatever, like trying to
Mm.
make like a crown molded dam? Like, can you imagine the pain in the ass it would be to like try and put crown molding on the Hoover Dam?
Yeah. Like paint the whole wall. You have someone just sort of.
Oh yeah.
You have someone sort of. What's those what are those things that construction workers use, like those platforms to go down?
Ah,
Um,
yeah, like the window washers
yeah.
platforms, yeah.
Imagine like going
Get
down
like a
some.
thousand guys with that to try and paint like a giant mural,
They've all got,
like a
yeah.
like a big T-Rex or something.
They've all got their paint brushes and they're all going down the dam. Yeah, painting it all. So
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Yeah.
where were you going with your original point? Sorry.
No, but with my original point, yeah, no, the thing I was gonna say is the reason why wind and solar in particular are basically scams is even when they do work, the amount of carbon that it takes to produce these things is great. It will always be greater than. I think it's like thermodynamics or something. It's
Mm,
like the amount of carbon that it takes to make a wind turbine or a solar panel will always exceed the amount of carbon that is displaced in the use of the machine.
mm. And
Even with batteries, even if you have batteries to save up like the excess power from using these machines,
yeah,
still the amount of carbon required to produce all these goods will always exceed the amount of carbon displaced by it will have always basically, you would have saved yourself a lot of oil, time, and trouble if you had just, burnt some oil or burnt some coal to generate the electricity instead.
yes, the whole thing is a kind of con. It's I mean it might seem exceedingly obvious, but
Yeah, well, like, it's not a complete con, Like, it is good to save a bit of money to have some solar
oh
panels
yeah,
on
yeah,
on the
yeah.
roof of a suburb house, but
I mean, like to power
the
your whole
con in the
nation.
sense, yeah, yeah, like you can't power a country with solar.
Yeah, because the thing is,
Can't
the
even
sun might not be
power an
shining when it.
IKEA with what's it like if the solar panels on an IKEA building aren't enough to power the entire building, I don't imagine that you could power a city of any reasonable size
Yeah.
with solar panels.
Mm. And as you said, the only kind of conceivable way in which solar panels would be useful is actually to, well, I would say going off grid and actually sort of detaching yourself from the system. So, which is quite ironic.
Yes, basically it's good for people who live in the country, maybe don't want to rely too much on the city because, if the city has a power out, it's like you don't want to be screwed. So yeah. So yeah, and that's basically the big thing, But
Mm,
even those people, like farmers, they don't just have that. They always have diesel generators and things as well
yeah,
because
because as we
yeah,
said,
so even then
the
it's not a complete alternative, like the real purpose basically, the useful purpose of solar, it has a place in this world. And it is basically to save a bit of money,
mm, yeah,
to bring down the annual electric bill just marginally.
it's a yeah, wind and solar are a form of independent, independent forms of power generation, whereas like nuclear and coal and all those sorts of things, they're far more kind of applicable on a larger scale and for supplying thousands of neighborhoods.
Yes, it's like hydroelectric is the big thing, what we
Mm,
need to have as much of as possible. Although, obviously, well, I mean, even then you kind of can't though, because, it's like a lot of these rivers, like you don't want to interrupt the salmon or even more importantly the eels,
mm,
because what's it? The salmon, at least when they're swimming upriver, they're doing it as adults, and also, salmon can jump, so you can actually build a lot of dams in America have this. It's like a special sort of stairs of water for the salmon to jump over the dam.
yeah.
You can't do that sort of thing for eels, for many reasons, one of which is that when the eels swim upstream, they're doing it in the infant form. Also, because when eels are swimming upstream, like they just can't jump.
Mm,
They've just not got a stiff backbone like a salmon does. They're flexible, snakish little creatures,
yeah.
and they can't jump out of the water. They basically need an uninterrupted, smooth stream of water all the way up to the lake or
Mm,
wherever. The other thing is also obviously you don't want to dam up a river like the Mississippi because it's navigable, and you don't want to dam up your navigable rivers because they're important for trade.
mm,
It's cheaper to send a boat over the river than it is to send a train over the tracks.
yeah.
So like even with that, it's like yeah, we should use hydroelectric, but it's not useful everywhere. As a matter of fact, if we were as responsible as possible, it would probably only be about as useful as hydrothermal. And what we really ought to focus on is nuclear. We really ought to maximize nuclear power.
Yeah. I think yeah, everything kind of has its place with energy, and some should be used more than others. But I don't think there's no source which is completely useful and completely useless in every situation, and nor is there like a universally good energy source.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would say that's fair.
I wouldn't I wouldn't set up a nuclear power plant in my back garden. Put it that way.
Well, yeah, but what's it? Well, just wouldn't be possible to, for
No,
one thing. It wouldn't be practical. Yeah, but you probably wouldn't mind if there's a nuclear power plant downtown, powering the whole city.
no, as long as it's not like well, in the case of some of the places around the UK now, funded and invested in by Chinese
Oh
companies
yeah.
and built by them.
Oh
That's the
yeah, because they can shut off the electricity whenever they want because they've
mm,
got those proprietary materials.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you see,
the damn bastard Chinese.
and in America, you have what was it with that pipeline that Biden shut down? Shutting off their own kind of
Oh yeah,
independent energy sources.
yeah, that was the Exxon pipeline or something that we were gonna build with Canada,
Mm,
and it got completely shut down. It was the Exxon Mobil pipeline or something. Yeah, that was. Oh, that would like that. That was. I think that was the only time that Justin Trudeau ever said anything in favor of fossil fuels. He was like, "No, we need the money."
Mm.
Donald Trump, you dumb bastard.
Well, yeah, in a way now, obviously it's not doesn't impact the US as much, but when you have
Not Donald Trump, no, it was Biden.
yeah, yeah,
Joe Biden, you dumb bastard. We needed that money.
and obviously now with
I don't know why. Yeah,
that Russian gas not being there, obviously it doesn't affect the US as much, but that was quite a stupid decision
yeah.
because I do doubt the intellect of the Biden administration. So
Don't we all? Wouldn't any reasonable individual